Tuchite was the word that killed me. Tuchite. I was like, hey, Tuchite. It pained me. So I told her, can we sit and talk? She said, no, I'm tired. Tuchite. I told her, it's okay. All the best. I started my games. Seriously. I was now revenging. I wanted everyone to feel it.
He wanted everyone to feel heartbroken like
I bang you, I do this. That
and
was
you break
me.
up and you leave them there.
You keep in the circle.
I keep in a circle. I had over like 7-8 girlfriends. And you know the other.
What?
That they know each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
But all the same, for you, what are you doing? While for him is polishing people.
Enjoying life. Because, I mean...
Even you on your side, you are...
Yeah, you are being polished somewhere else.
On the birthday, she turned up.
Because I was invited.
Pregnant? Yes.
On whose back?
On our son's
Son's
birthday.
She comes
I'm
pregnant.
standing with the knife.
Where
In
is
the
that?
due process, I was looking.
Wait, she was pregnant how long?
In 2 months, I was giving birth actually.
But I looked at her and I was like, you don't know that I was going to polish you. Look at how you're looking. Very tiny, skinny. For the process we dated, at least there are some things that I learned about her. So she told me things are not good. Life is not good. I told her, when you find you're tired of where you are, I'm ready to receive you back. Wow. That's what I told her. I told her, take the time you want, give birth, even if the dad is like this or this, bring the kid to me.
Hello and welcome back. My name is Daphne and I'm with Salvador. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is Just Comedy UG, and leaving your comments, your likes, the love, and
The looks.
the looks, of course.
Urembo Cosmetics.
Which is from Urembo Cosmetics.
Yes.
Yeah, you can order for Urembo from my page, which is Daphne Franks.
Daphne Franks too.
On
Two
Facebook.
Christian names. No surname.
How is
Until
Franks
we
on a
get
priest?
married.
Okay.
Then she'll have a drinky.
Soon I'm going to be Daphne Idringi. I'm going to edit that and put Daphne F Idringi. But soon, until it happens. Anywho. Today we have brought back our couple from last week. They had a very long conversation that we didn't manage to finish.
Because the guy talks too much.
The guy has a nickname. He's called the
Mr.
Polisher.
The polisher.
The Polisher polishes. He goes to Katakwi.
He polishes the whole village.
So we are having a recap of what happened last week.
Yes.
Number one, he's a polisher. For him, he can polish you to the, if you are black beauty, to yellow beauty, to white, to whatever beauty he wants you to.
Number two, he's a decision maker. If you want, you get. Whatever you want, you get. You want to go to Dubai? You want to go to America? You want to go to the UK?
You're joking. Hey. Then he's a driller. Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one? Did you?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God. Junior and
Tina. Part 2.
Part 2 of Junior.
Part 1 and part 2.
I think these two are a funny couple. They made us laugh the whole of last week. We kept quiet because we felt like we're in action packed in part 1, part 2. Now this is part 3, I think. So where did we?
We stopped from Junior, like elaborated everything. His side. So now we are coming to
your side, madam.
Your side.
My side.
Yes. Whatever happens.
So you can start.
He was
swearing other things.
Was it? No, Tewali was song because that's we passed that.
Memories.
Yeah.
They
but
were
the bad
sweet,
memories.
Bitter memories, yeah. So you are tired now to have the sweet bitter memories.
Me, I don't have a lot to say about that because it wasn't fun for me. The relationship wasn't that fun, but hey, I got a baby girl from that relationship. So we decided to move on tugamba mune byasoba.
You see, this is the thing.
It was-
We need to know. You see, you cannot just say we decided to move on. There are things that you might have gone through that somebody else who's watching has gone through, and they want to know how you managed to move on. So maybe you can say, maybe he was abusive, he was the...
What made you move on from?
What caused that moving on? What made you decide in Chitade?
Okay. He wasn't that abusive, but I mean, violence is
Emotionally?
violence.
Yeah,
It wasn't physically. It was emotional.
emotional violence, yes.
Emotional violence. So, ningamba why?
Emotional violence is what?
A lot happened.
For people
The
who don't
cheating.
understand. So he used to cheat on you when you were pregnant?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
A lot of cheating. Actually, that was the main reason as why I was like, enough is enough. A lot of cheating, we separated. But I was pregnant.
Talk about abuse. They used to abuse you like.
Abuse me like how, babe?
You see, whatever you say is giving him props. Is giving him bonus points. But you are hiding something.
God,
You
I'm
think
not
there's-
hiding
there's
anything.
something you are
Don't
trying to
cry,
hide.
don't cry.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Hey!
Okay, just a
I'm not hiding
small
anything.
recap. You know, every time she says this, and people who have just joined the conversation, I want to remind you one thing. She's not talking about him. They dated, broke
Hey.
up, she dated someone else, and then they went back to dating again. So we are talking about that
Your
middle part.
recap is so bad. They dated,
Yeah, okay.
had a child,
Had a child,
Broke
up.
she went into a new relationship,
Yes, had a child.
had a child, and then because of the trauma in the other relationship, they got back.
Mr. Polisha came back.
Mr. Polisha came back, and they're now here.
Yes.
So that's the recap of what happened in the last episode. So he really poured out his heart
Last
the
time.
last
He
time,
did.
and he told us what really happened. To the dot, to the fact that he even traveled and slept in a hut, in
in
Katakwi.
Katakwi, and all that stuff. That detail was really impressive. So here you are, and he told us how your new catch met him at the traffic light. And
Outside, we are driving in posh cars.
you are here on a border.
in a room. You don't
God.
have a vehicle.
You see, so the fact that you left him means if you could abuse him easily like that, yet he did not say anything.
Obviously, it was too much for me.
Yeah, so I
It was
need
a
you
different
to-
story for me.
We need you to just pour your heart out because there's somebody out there who may be scared, who may be afraid. Look at your guy's arm. You think the other guy can compare?
No.
They will slap him and he will sleep. So you have nothing to worry about.
I'm not worried.
You're
Tell us.
safe.
Okay.
I'm safe.
Kiria.
Even us, we shall come for him
Yeah,
on your
you will
behalf.
go, I will follow after some time.
Baby, you're not loyal.
Okay, there are days he could come home. Ngabimukubiyam because he was a drinker, not like him who doesn't. He takes water and jays. Nganyedem ngabimukubye. So he's like, goli munaku, muliba nakwe wamwe, tewasoma what, you know.
Those
I mean,
things.
it's okay. You can say anything about me, but not my family.
Yeah.
Someone who didn't respect my family, my sisters. Of course, boba ompa respect, you will respect the others that come. Naito ompa the respect, and then katabe mabega nabutoba wadde totidde.
Yet you don't even know them
Guy who
that
could
much.
call my mom direct calling.
Ah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Direct. Mama. Okay, now there is a day he came back. He was drunk. I refused opening the door. I was like, the sawa sigula o sawa mukaga.
Yes, onwards.
Yeah, because this is not my house.
Yeah.
When zigulira babi and something bad happens. So he was like, Okanya kunzikula. I was like, sikumanyi zine sawa. Bweziwela zine sawa. When you're not home, I don't know you. So he went. I don't know where he slept. He came the next morning. He was like, Yakala chai. I was like, do I look like a maid here? You know? And then you tell me, Yakala chai. I was like, no, I'm not preparing tea. I was like, Ojam of ma. I was like, me. You'll see the Muchiga in me. So he called mom. Oh no, Walao, can you cook me chai? What? I was like, continue calling, say na buzi. You know. Continue calling, say na buzi. But then mom was like, move on. She was like, on top manyo buvuyo. He was like, muviiremu yali akoze bingi onvuma mama wange onvuma. He didn't have anything like respect, not even anything near respect. So respect and being abusive, those
You
are
said
the two
enough is
major
enough.
points. Ezandetera okukola ki nengamba
Tambulamu.
kamuviire.
Okay.
Since I had open hands waiting for me, so I was like,
Yes.
So you're like, I have someone
So-
to dive to. I'm gonna dive.
So I
So-
like,
So as you were with this man, the open arms were there and you knew about them?
yeah, I did because
You
when
were
I
in
went to
touch?
him, when I went to him when I was pregnant, he was like, I don't want you to abort the baby. You have the baby. Then after the baby, we can start from there.
Don't you think it's one of the reasons you didn't put so much effort in the other
In the
relationship?
other relationship.
No, no,
Because
no,
you
no.
knew there was someone waiting for you?
Before the open arms, before we communicated again, it was still the same thing. I was going through the same thing.
So you reached
So
a
I
point
was-
and you said,
It was too much.
When I communicated with him, when I started communicating with him again, nenda banga,
he's open.
he's still welcoming. Nengamba kati ono wali kuchi.
He doesn't know what he's playing with.
Playing
You
with gods.
So I just moved on and nengamba ono kabere jali de mbikoi.
But the weird thing is, most men, once they get you pregnant, they feel like,
They own you.
yeah, it's the end of the world for you. Like,
Exactly.
you don't
That is
have,
what actually he thought.
no one is going to like you after then.
He reached an extent
Boom.
of no musajja yakuzala mundaba yakulekawo. I was like, do you even know that I chat with him?
In your head.
Kawala gola bikoina nebisira and I was like, okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was too much.
That was too much.
That was too much.
So I was like, gwe kankuviire. Ntwale ebisiraani wange gidnava.
For those who are watching us from Kenya, Malawi, and all the outside countries, because you've been complaining that it's
About-
too much Luganda, Ebisirani is bad luck.
Yeah.
So when you hear somebody say Oline Ebisirani, it means you have,
You
bad,
have bad
luck.
luck.
Yes. So apparently the ex-boyfriend said she had bad luck, and that was one of the epitomes of why she decided to move on to Mr. Maso, Mr. Kampala, who is the bodybuilder.
Okay,
He's
let's
the one who lifts billboards in the whole of Kampala.
okay. Oh, really? let's go back to Dubai story. So the previous episode we stopped where you guys had gone to Dubai to relocate and have your life there, have a fresh start for both of you. Tell us
Maybe
about
share
that.
that story.
Tell
Why,
us about
what
that.
was the decision? What made you prompt those three choices?
What three choices?
The three choices of either go to
UK,
America,
or
go to
Go to
UK,
South Africa.
or you go
Yeah.
together to Dubai and start.
No, actually, I was in
He
Dubai
was in
myself.
Dubai already.
Yes.
So I threw those opinions to her to see what her plan was, what she looked up to, because
Yali
she had
unchecking.
already had the second born,
Yes.
and I wanted her, to find life, because it wouldn't look good on my side, moving out with my new life with any person else, but the mother of my kid, in a way,
It's not
Yes,
happy.
it's not happy.
yeah. So I threw the opinions, and she bought one.
That's amazing.
So after my second born, our second born made a year. My visa was ready and the ticket was ready. Was it January that I traveled? Yeah, I came to Dubai. You picked me from the airport.
So you chose. There were three options. US. Me, I'll be honest with you. DAF. In a three options for our honeymoon.
Hey.
Backpackers.
That is the first.
Tugenda Paris, Eiffel Tower.
Also parades.
Tugende Dubai, to Burj Khalifa.
Is all right.
Oba tugende a Kabale, backpacker.
All right.
Babe, look into the camera and lie.
I will go to Backpackers Lake Bunyan.
And right. So that is what she
So,
did.
basically,
Yes.
she did not understand what I was trying to do, and she has now lied. You see, because but for the fact that you ignored America, where you could have gone and started your life,
Even the UK.
the UK, where you would have gone and eaten a terrible food, you would have become fat you can become one of these UK promoters struggling. but you decided to follow your heart.
There was some romance there in the texting.
That is
and
what I'm
all
trying to say.
that.
Yeah, like,
Of course, there was love.
So
there.
obviously I had to follow the romance line. I think in the UK who was going to receive me there.
yeah.
Who? Anya Mani.
Besides, you wanted something to build up. You wanted your previous relationship
Exactly,
to
to
come
come
back.
So life in Dubai.
Life in Dubai, job hunt.
Before the job hunt.
Yeah, when I got in Dubai, he told me I should rest for a week. He told me actually not to pack any clothes. He told me to get a backpack. I put like 2 pairs of clothes and a pair of shoes. So that's all I carried. So we went for the shopping beat.
You went for shopping in Dubai.
In Dubai, please don't bring your trash from Kampala. I'll shop.
Babe, next time I call you to Nigeria, please.
Don't carry
All the
anything.
clothes are in Nigeria, or all places in Nigeria. I don't even have Nigeria. Are you going to buy for me clothes from
Oyambare
Nigeria?
Agbada.
Bagenda kukwa change.
Abada.
African print.
Kale njagala ngoye nnungi omugoleza abada. Wamanyumya.
Wama.
So we did the shopping beat. I had to rest for a week. Orders from above.
Yes.
My above.
Ositegeera.
So I had to look for a job. He wanted me to get a job better than his. But I was tired. Banage. Job hunt is not easy.
I know.
I came home. The day I got the job actually. I came home. Nga nabo pamsi wange. Nga nina amawo wano nga bunzaze. Nga tadeko the plaster. So he was like, are you sure you're taking this job? I was like, babe, I'm taking this job.
Ngofunye a job.
A job in McDonald's.
Okay.
In McDonald's, you're not a waitress, you're not anything. You're a crew, you're a service crew. So anything, manya mopping, manya what.
Everything you call
Because you're a service crew.
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you deciding? I was like, yes, this is my final decision. Kanto Aleguno. I'll change later. I went for the training. Training is just 1 day. We went for medication and all that. I got the job. Nentula, I had to wait for the visa, the work permit and all that. Yeah. And I'm around. I could escort him to work or pick him, majorly picking him. So they used to call him a student. No. A student. But student, agenda bula Tom Pickens, like on days I couldn't pick him. Student agenda bula, you're not picking him today. Could be like, I'm going to pick him, it's not yet time. And when I don't pick him, someone could
explode.
What is the reason of not picking me?
You have no job. You are not
She
working.
doesn't wake up early in the morning.
To do what again in
prepare
the morning?
anything. You understand? Late in the evening, you make yourself busy and you don't pick me.
Preparing
What is the
supper.
reason
Imagine
Preparing supper.
the audacity.
What are you doing the whole day? You prepare supper at lunchtime.
in the last hours of picking me,
There is no
that's when
goal
you're
there,
preparing.
you know.
That's not fair.
But appreciate, I used to pick you, babe.
You did. That's why.
Kudos, Mama.
I
Mama,
used
thank
to
you
pick
for picking
him
But twice
from-
or once? It's
Hey, it was a daily routine.
okay.
You didn't ever pick me.
You should pack.
I'll pick you tomorrow.
Pick me also.
Babe, I'm going to pick you tomorrow, I promise.
We will drive both cars, but I know you have picked me.
Mukwana, I will walk.
What if I run out of fuel?
Now, do you know what I'm going to do? At 6 when you go, I'll start my journey of walking. By the time you finish at 10, I would have reached Sanyu FM. Okay.
So Kavyo came in when we were separated again.
Hey.
No, not romantically, no, but by work.
Okay.
You got a job and you...
I got a job and I thought I was going to stay in Dubai. They took me to Abu Dhabi, Musafa.
Yeah, Mustafa is far.
Shabia 9, not just Musafa, Shabia 9. I was like,
For McDonald's.
yeah.
Far.
Because they had this thing of Africans, they wanted the first
Musafa
group
is like
of
in the
Africans
desert.
to be there. To see whether they could give Africans job. Like,
Okay.
how do you behave and all that.
So you went?
I went, of course. I had to do the job because I had signed the contract. They didn't let us choose.
Oh, yeah.
We were just transferred. It was like a transfer. You know what? Dubai offices. I was like, okay, I'm going to work. He didn't know.
You didn't tell him?
I didn't know as well. I went with a suitcase thinking I was going to be in one of the stores in Dubai. Kumbe, we are signing contracts of going to, and we signed them that day. We had our suitcases. We are ready to go
Actually,
to the accommodation.
When the visas came out, I saw the visa from Abu Dhabi. So I said, this is a big threat. I'm now going to start sleeping alone.
But you didn't tell me.
But when I saw the visa, I said, no.
Yeah, it
But
was
they
his
can
issue.
they can issue a visa of Abu Dhabi and you live in
And
Abu
you
Dhabi.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I said, let me be patient.
You never know.
Yeah. So we are going to
He took
Musafa.
me
I was
to
like,
Abu Dhabi,
you
Musafa.
cannot cancel the contract. I told you find a better job. Now look.
They're
I said,
taking
you
you
go.
somewhere.
That's
very
what
far.
you want. She said, I'll be coming. I said, no.
And he thought I was kidding because it's almost a 3 hours.
It's very long.
So
Yeah.
she took off.
I went to Abu Dhabi for the first week. I didn't come. Did I come? I didn't come for the first week.
So you
My
used
off
to
day.
come every week?
Every off day, weekly. I used
From
to travel.
Musafa to Dubai?
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
I used to travel every day. I used to make sure I work the morning shifts. So a morning shift could run from 6 to 4. So by 4, I go home, wash the clothes, what, clean up, then get a bus.
So you make sure the next day,
Now the
The
next
next-
is an
the
off.
next day it's an off?
Yeah, then the
Then
other
the
day
other day
I
you
work
start in the
midday.
evening, in
No,
the-
midday.
Eh, okay.
So I could travel,
Then you have some time to rest.
like an hour to rest, then I come to work.
But you used to enjoy.
Didn't you enjoy it as
She used
well?
to enjoy.
Okay.
She had a different
Yes.
smell, eh? So as I'm in bed, I just see her the doors. I said,
McDonald's are in
McDonald's is in the place.
the price. That's
He still says he misses that.
like a
that
smell.
smell, eh? I
But it
used to
could
be-
smell different.
But I
don't
used
know.
actually,
chicken.
I
It
wasn't.
wasn't the perfume. It
Smells like chicken, ready chicken.
Perfume.
So how long did this go on?
for a year and some months.
Okay.
You had 1 day off a week, right?
Yeah.
And you did that for a year.
She used even to pretend she's sick. We pay
Some
for
of
the
those
sick
days.
leaves and absent. Those absent
Yeah.
days, we have to cover them
Yeah,
up.
because no
3
work,
days.
no work, no pay. That's how it is.
So, we used
So
to
since
cover
you're
those
sick-
days. When I feel like
Today
it's
you are
too
not
much,
going.
you're not going.
Yeah, you could say
She-
today
she should be
you
sick.
came yesterday and you're going back. No. You called, you're sick.
Ah,
So you
nga
could
sick
call.
leaves ziyingirawo ng'asasula ali mu ddwaliro nga bakola kiki ng'addayo n'ekibaluwa kye.
Okay.
Eh.
So after 1 year and some months, what happened? You came back to Kampala, both
I
of you?
planned to get a new job from the other job.
Yes.
I resigned in McDonald's. I was happy about this new job. It was some good money and it was in Dubai. That was the major point.
Yes.
It's in Dubai. You know, I could
Let's
stay with
travel.
him. I could stay with him. I could stay near him. One of the two. Kumba was pregnant. We didn't know.
Ooh.
In the due process of cancelling from the
The
McDonald's to the
Yeah,
new
to
job,
the new job.
she got pregnant. So when she got pregnant,
Lego, ebintu bijja justify.
He's a breeder.
Yet, oh, boss.
Mr.
Wow.
Polisher.
so
Mr.
she got
Polish.
pregnant. In those days of her being pregnant, when we knew about that, obviously we started preparing
Yes.
because there wasn't no chance for her to work in any
In the new company.
in the new
Yeah,
company.
I could say in McDonald's
You're
if
not
I had
married.
not resigned. No, that's not an issue anymore in
No, that's
Dubai.
not an issue.
They stopped that thing.
Yeah, they stopped it.
it's-
I could stay with them if I had not resigned, but I had resigned already, so I had to move on. And then for the new guys, I couldn't work for them because I had to go for the medical
They would
to
know you're
get the
pregnant.
visa. But they cannot even allow you to be scanned because
When you're pregnant.
you can lose the baby there and then. Yeah, and it's really a bad experience. So I resigned. I didn't go for the other new job. I sat home for some months.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
She was home for 3 months, enjoying.
I
again.
traveled.
Enjoying
That's when I traveled.
Enjoying and
At
doing the
work.
shoppings and everything.
for the baby.
No, for me.
For you, then
So
anyway.
that's when she traveled back home.
I traveled
stayed
back home. He stayed
Actually, I
there.
was also changing for a new job. Then I said no. let me just
I
keep
have
on.
to go.
No, I just stayed on my job.
Because they could not give him the emergency leave when he needed it, maybe like after I
Yeah.
gave birth. or
Oh,
something.
yes.
Yeah. So that was his main target. I came here. I stayed for how many months?
6 months more to make 9 months.
No, I came home in late June. Was pregnant, of course. Then we lost the baby at 8.5 weeks.
Months.
8.5 months. Yeah, 2 weeks
dear.
to
To
2
giving
weeks
birth.
to do to birth. We lost the baby.
Oh, sorry.
Things have never been normal since then.
That's when I decided to fly back. I missed flights
Just what
at
to
the
eat.
airport. I missed like 2 flights.
Too. Was
Yeah,
it
but
Rwanda
I
and
managed-
Ethiopia?
I managed to be back home. We kept. We fought it up and tried to understand what happened. Then later on, I left for Dubai with my brother. So like in 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, she came in, right?
Yeah.
We went back to Dubai.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I can ask this, but what did they explain why you lost the pregnancy?
course they
at
can't
that
give you
late
that.
stage?
They can't give you that the information you need. They cannot tell you that this is what led to the loss of the baby. But they will tell you infections. I mean, which kind of infection?
At 8.
At
they
8
cannot,
and-
they cannot just,
You
do
know?
8 months
an
and 2 weeks.
emergency surgery.
Yeah, they would have done.
No. The baby was already
No,
dead.
If we knew about it, it would have been carried out. But we didn't know.
I went to
Actually, that
hospital.
night, we talked.
Yeah, we talked,
We
video
talked on
talked, and the
phone.
baby was playing
The
very
baby was
well.
playing. I slept
Very
off
well.
happily, smiling. So early in the morning, around 7, that's Dubai time. Here it's around 6
6,
something.
yeah.
I was at work. Then I got a call, informed about what had happened. So I panicked in making calls. She had to be rushed to the hospital.
I was
scanned.
already in hospital.
Yeah, like for the scans and everything. So they refused to touch her without pay. So I had to wire quick money here.
Uganda. Oh,
And actually,
I
even
went to
for
hospital
what-
at 3.
For what they were
3 in
explaining,
the night.
not touching, they told me for when we don't do what is needed early,
Yeah, they told me they needed 1M.
she might lose her life too.
Which hospital is this? They need to
they
know.
need to know.
Yes.
Ruth Gaylord, somewhere in Maganja.
So that's when I had to wire money. But
So
even,
they were like, they needed 1M actually. So after he actually I had some money on my mobile money, so he added money. It was like 2.5 on my phone. But I had an iPhone, and the person I was with didn't know anything about that phone. So I could not move. I couldn't move. I'm in pain, of course.
So they couldn't.
I could not go to withdraw the money. So I have to send this person who has no knowledge about the phone.
And at that time there was
And they have
like
seen the
more
message.
pay.
Yeah,
They
there
had
was,
seen
they had seen the message, the alert and everything, but they refused.
Yet they'd seen the money was on your phone.
They refused, and they were like, we need cash. So she went, I told her what to do. I stayed with the phone, so she withdrew the money, I put the pin. When she brought the money, she was like, you get your money. She threw the wallet there. Pick anything you want. Pick any amount you want. And you know the amount they took? Only 300,000. That's what they picked of all the money.
but the
Why?
money they
If
picked,
they asked
they
for
had
1 million.
requested for more of that.
I think.
But
is
that's
that
what they
after
picked
they
for that.
realized that the baby had died.
No. I had the baby turning. I had the turn of my baby, the last turn of the baby. I had it. I felt it. It was at 6 in the morning. That's when the baby died. And I go to that hospital at 6:30. So the baby was already dead. On scanning and everything, I was like, hey, I know the baby is dead. Please, I know it's happened. I just have to accept it and call someone for him to accept it as well, because it's going to be a shock to him.
Yes.
But they were like, no, that's not what happened. Bichi. I was like, I know what happened. I felt everything. So, I know what happened. we just have to rush everything if it's a surgery. But I had lost a lot of blood. So they were like, we cannot do a surgery, we have to push the baby. After the money, of course, they had to treat me.
So you pushed.
I stayed in the hospital from morning to, I pushed the baby at 5:40 something in the evening.
That's a long time, eh?
Yeah. I had mania glucose, mania what.
Running in your system.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the medical
that
health
is
sector, hey. And nobody can hold them accountable for anything because you know they're indispensable. So
okay, that is a very sad
shame upon
time.
you. But Ruth Vici?
Ruth Gaylord.
Ruth,
It's a Catholic hospital.
Ruth Gay.
Stop it now. So, after this whole incident, when you called him and you had shared this sad news, what was going in your head? Like, how did you...
I didn't know how to break the news to him.
Yeah, breaking the news.
So I was like, okay, won't he think I tried aborting?
Yeah.
At 8.5 months?
No, but
I had it, trust me.
many ideas can come.
I had it in my head. I was like, but if this man really loves me and he knows we are happy about this baby, I mean, we are happy about this baby. First of all, I have a boy with him. It was a girl. I was like, I'm not going to explain. I'm just going to tell him what happened.
Truth, yes.
So I told him. He had to learn to accept what happened to us. So he flew in. He didn't want me to know that he was coming. But I stayed in the hospital that night. After pushing the baby, she was buried. And then the next morning, he was with me. Yeah, the next morning at exactly 10.
That was like it's
Exactly 10.
Spider-Man.
Actually, by the time I
Punisher.
was wiring the, like sending the
You
money.
were on your flight.
No, by the time I was sending the money, I had to find the quickest flight back home. So
You already knew.
no,
No, I told him.
no, she told me.
That was the
So
first thing
by
I told him
7
when I called him.
By 7,
I was like, we've lost
I
her.
was trying to catch the Emirates that gets here around
1? Is it
4
1?
something
The one
in the
at 4.
evening time, yeah. But I didn't make it, so I looked for Ethiopia quick. I didn't get. No, I missed Ethiopia. Then I got Rwanda. So Rwanda had to come here.
No, had to go to
had to
Rwanda.
leave Dubai to Rwanda.
Rwanda,
Then by around 10 a.m. in the morning, it will be coming here. So in the due process of from Dubai to Rwanda, the climate wasn't
Climate
okay.
was bad.
So they said, we are going to Uganda, then after we'll
For
go back.
emergency landing.
Emergency landing. So when the plane landed, they said, you're not getting out.
Yeah.
We are going to switch again to Rwanda. I said, no.
I'm
They
in
were like,
Uganda.
no. They were like, we are sorry, we are not opening the doors. We are
Yet
going
you're
back
in
to
Uganda?
Rwanda. Yes.
Yeah.
We
Because
are
it
going
was
back to
emergency
Rwanda.
landing.
Then we'll come back. We are not authorized to open doors here. I said, I'm a Ugandan, I'm going nowhere. So there were Nigerians around me. They didn't know nothing. So they were like, bros, you're going? I said, I'm leaving. I stood up. They were like, could you please sit? We request. I said, I don't have that time. I'm a Ugandan. Keep my luggage. I'm moving out with my bag. So they said, could you give us a moment? They communicated. They authorized them to open for Ugandans. So I moved out. And they were like, you are the head. What is going on? I said, I have nothing to explain. I'm back home. Let them keep my baggage. I'll be back for it. I have to leave. So I left. Checked out. Got a taxi to the hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you reached the hospital.
When I reached the hospital, she didn't know nothing. But I was communicating with her sister and my brother. So I got to the hospital, told her we should accept what happened. Because we had all the hopes and the happiness back, but it didn't happen. So God willingly, I accepted and decided to plan better things ahead. all I had was just to promise myself, commit, and decide to give her the best. That's it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. You people are making us now speechless. Okay, this is a very touching story. It's something I wouldn't wish for any parent out there. Like, it's so heartbreaking that you two had to go through it. But at the end of the day, I'm just praying that you found a mutual ground. So you found a way to move past the pain. I know it's very hard to do it, but
the pain is still there. It can't go.
Yeah,
it never leaves. It never leaves. Understanding, you learn to. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, yeah, I lost the baby, it's okay.
Just move on.
You just have, like, whenever that date comes, you're like, she would have been this, she would have been doing this, you know. You just have to learn it, like, time by time.
Is there a point that you've tried
to get pregnant again?
Not yet.
How long ago was this again? When you lost the baby?
It's about 2 years now.
So you've not
It's going to be 2 years on exactly 10th October. It will be 2 years.
So you've not
Trying to
tried.
get pregnant? We're not ready.
Not ready now.
We are not ready.
I still have to, lay better grounds now.
Yes.
Because when she came back, I prepared a lot. So spending wouldn't be my point because I was happy and waiting. But now it was like a setback and a call for the mind. So I'm still looking forward on putting better things for them before anything. I would love to have a kid, but no now.
Yeah.
So she didn't like it in the first place. But later
Who
she
hates
understood
babies?
it. Then after, she liked when I don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when she was like, we should, I was like,
No.
hello.
I don't want.
I say you already have a boy.
Hey,
and
so
a
when
girl.
you were ready, you was like, to
Yeah,
be
I was
there
like,
I was
babe,
ready,
no,
she
no,
was
no,
like, no.
for-
So I was like, okay, no problem. Then I switched my mind off it.
So I was ready
So-
and he was like, babe, no.
I think this one's ready, this one is
Yeah,
ready, this one is
that's
ready. This one.
Yeah, so
But
So
at the end
maybe
of
when
it-
we are all ready.
Yes. At the end of it all, the communication has been really, really important.
yeah, all I had was to commit and promise. That's it. So I play right. And when I'm thinking of like getting off the page, I committed. No, I remember I committed to her. So like, I've lost you, but I'll keep your mom better. So I'm
Committed
like,
to the baby.
yeah, so I'm like, nothing's going to change. I just get back on my toys, think hard, and do the best.
Okay.
For when we like having grudges and everything about anything, I look up to keeping silent and plan big. That's it.
Oh, that is admirable. That is amazing.
This is
Don't cry.
It is
no,
deep.
it's a deep story.
It's
This
deep,
second episode is not the first one of karate,
Polishing.
Drilling,
of reading,
Polishing.
yeah,
But I'm polishing
Polishing.
also. I'm still polishing.
I
God.
think one thing
You're
I've
still
learned,
polishing.
and one thing I've learned, especially for, I think, couples out there that have gone through the same thing as you have, and they have lost a little one, most of them lose it in the
They
middle.
break
of-
up.
Yeah, they break up because of too much pressure from either side. They fight about it. The pain is, you put your pain onto your partner, and
But
at
it's
the end
not
of the
anyone's
day,
fault.
yes, which is not anyone's fault, but at the end of the day, people deal with issues differently.
Yeah.
You find a person that deals with an issue by throwing it onto someone
Tantrums
else.
on-
And you end up, the nearest person is your partner. So you put your anger, your frustration, your pain onto your partner, and the relationship ends up dying, which is not a good thing. So one thing I've learned from both of you is, even after a tragic,
Yeah, tragic.
a tragic event like English,
Tragic.
a tragic event like that, you manage to find a way of communicating and becoming stronger together. It's like an event you go through, and it just made your relationship stronger, right?
Whenever you feel like giving up, you remember why you started in the first place. Why did you start? You started with love. So where has the love gone? It's the love that has to bring you back.
Definitely.
Honestly, the first time I met Junior was the party.
Yeah, my birthday.
The birthday.
The birthday. Yeah.
And I look at this guy.
I'm a nigga.
And
Love a nigga.
He's so kati ochemanyi hey go gay. I'm like, oh Tina. We are going to become counselors. Like I was like, anytime now.
We are going to become
She's going
counselors.
to come here.
Crying.
And tell us, oh money.
Obungana
But-
buyita mudda. Etwavaayo dda.
Somehow we managed to end up sitting on the same side.
Yeah.
And we start talking. And this guy is telling me things, and I'm like, I'm afraid to wave at.
You remember that you started, I think, from the boombox, how you sent a boombox from the
Hey, I'm afraid to wave at you. So, but the things he was telling me are the things I have done and I have messed up. Like when I ordered from my boombox, when I ordered from the sound bar, you were telling me the same language the other person told me, but I paid more money.
More money.
So I kept on asking myself, hey, this guy, but Mafere can make you feel,
Yeah.
yeah, life is sweet, like you made a mistake.
And you can do better with him. I know that.
And then, by the way, he's the one who got me my car.
Then
And
you
then it comes to the car.
Oh, please. I have not heard. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, madam. Whose car?
You Romamonga.
You who got you what?
So he's the one who got the
The
car.
base car.
Which car? There, please elaborate.
Your car.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So I was like, but the way she was comfortable with her and you, I said, you know what? Most times I
What
give
come may.
people
Chances.
chances. I want people to give me a reason of doubt. I said, I have connections. If this guy messes up,
I know where to
I
find
would
him.
easily get him. But I didn't want to cause a rift between the two families. And I was like, there's no, and every time he called me, I was like, in-law. I was like, oh,
I'm honored.
this is sweet. And then before I had even paid a cent, he brought the car to me. And I told him, boss, I'm going to Arua. He said, you.
So
Gendo jiwulire.
Juwulire kukubo.
Feel the car.
Feel
I'm
the
like,
car.
I am
If
going
you like it, you
over
pay. If you don't
600
like it,
kilometers. One way. That means 1,200 kilometers return. And he's giving me this person's car. I have no insurance. I have not paid a single coin. And he just said, take it. When I left, I thought he was going to say, surprise! It's a lie! Even when I drove out of the gate, I kept on telling my brother, bro, anything happens, we just
Drive.
make sure your luggage is nearby so that we don't waste time. We drove out of the car, we reached the main road,
out of the gate.
we reached Kumbuzi, we are in Gayaza.
You're not seeing the guy.
We are in
The guy is not calling.
He's not calling. So I'm the one now calling him. Posy, AC, how do you switch on the AC? Because the whole design is digital.
Different.
It's a digital touch button. So I'm like, how do you put on the AC? It's like press here, press here, press here. And I'm the engineer, so my brother is very embarrassed. My big brother, the one I've been feeling sweet about, because he does arts, he's an accountant. And I'm like, these are the things we are used to. And you don't have
Yet
to
you
put on the
couldn't
AC.
put on the AC.
And I reach Arua and I show off. I'm in this new car.
Oh God.
The lights, they have never been in Arua. The lights of that kind have never crossed
You're the
Pakwach.
first
They have
person.
never crossed River Nile.
Kongs.
First.
Oh,
So
Lord,
I
have
just said, you know what? It's really good to give people a reason of doubt. When I came back, the issue of the money, he vouched for me, even without any receipt, anything. He vouched for me to the owner of the car. The deal went through, everything happened. From that day, I would tell him, come and pick, in case of anything, even if you do, quick, come and pick the car. You will be like, it's late coffee. I'll stay with it. Bring it when it is ready. Because you created a bond. So when I hear this, I'm not surprised. It took me just a few days to know what kind of man he is. So I am really proud of you guys.
And what you've
Because honestly, I'll be honest with you, a moment in our life we had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
But it was so early in the pregnancy that this one was crying every day of her life, and I'm
But
like,
it hurt us even when it was so early in the pregnancy. So
at
I'm
first
wondering,
it didn't hurt me
8.5 months?
until we got Aiden. And I used to feel Aiden's kicks every time, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is what the mother was going through. That is why she got so emotional. Now, at 8 months,
8 and 2.
That is when you are really talking to the baby.
you
even
were
just
basically you were talking. I said
Surprisingly,
to Alexander at 6 months.
surprisingly,
when you
that
used to tell
day,
him stories.
the day I lost the baby, I was going to town to get her last stuff.
Oh my God.
Because he had sent a lot of stuff. He could send a suitcase at least weekly. At least weekly.
That's sweet. But
Because I wanted Kit Kat, I wanted dates,
Oreos.
Oreos. I was craving Oreos like
I was so
all the
scared
time.
because of my friends' testimonies about losing babies that I did not even plan a baby
A
shower.
baby shower.
I did not, because I didn't want.
to be sincere, the
And-
reason
I was
we
scared.
didn't plan Alexander's baby shower is I had a terrible pregnancy. Like
Yeah.
the beginning of my pregnancy, you remember I was in hospital for 4
4
months.
months.
So being in hospital, that's why most people didn't know about my pregnancy, at least until the last week when I was going to give birth. It was scary for us because
4 months.
I almost lost my life. That one. Let me enjoy life, enjoyment.
Now imagine all
Fun,
that you're going
enjoyment.
through, the money you're spending every day. She's in hospital, you're spending about
4 months.
450,000.
Just
every
not
day
having
for 4 months.
Now, every day I used to have
And then somebody
minimum.
goes on social media and
of
says,
8 drips.
Salvador, totally serious.
See their life.
Mommy, the weird thing is, let me tell you, at least I had a minimum of 8 drips per day.
I know.
Minimum,
8
8 drips.
She had 156.
I had 86. I had 186
86
drips in the 4 months.
4 months.
Just to keep me alive.
She was not-
If I had less than 8 drips a day, I wouldn't talk, I wouldn't get up, I wouldn't look.
anything.
I would just stay like a zombie on the bed. And Patrick, he's
There's a time she
wonderful.
was discharged, and that was towards my show in Feb. So she's trying to plan for my show, because she usually plans for my show, especially with service providers. And now this is the time I don't have her.
Because I do procurement,
She does procurement,
food,
she does
everything.
So I've been dealing with the show blinded. Because usually my team supports with the major Haduko things. But the decision making, the small details, the intimate details,
They
she
forget.
does the plans. So I didn't have her. I'm here running around, trying to organize the show. She's in hospital.
And I'm dying in
She's
hospital
dying.
to be at the show
Then the
because I
day
knew.
she was discharged, like a week to the show, she was discharged, and I'm like, oh, finally she's home.
I was so
So in
excited.
the morning, we're having a romantic.
We were in bed actually in the
just
morning
having
because I
that
couldn't
session.
get
Because I
up.
missed her, we had not talked for a while, so
So
she was now telling me.
He's
So
telling me, getting me up to speed
Yes.
on what home has been, how
Yes.
the show has been, this.
the organization, how sponsors have been kind, how people are buying tables, and then she started telling me, so when it comes to food, make sure Mami does the pilau. Make sure the goat has and then make sure and then
Yeah.
But I was like, Duff, I am
go
gone.
on.
No, that was, I think
So
the
I
most
was like, okay.
scary moment.
I called the mother. I thought the mother was my rock and the pillar in those moments. I called the mother. The mother comes and says, Chichate. Dafa Ziri said, oh, mwana wangu.
She also went.
She also went. I said, okay. Salvador, make a decision. Do you know, I called for an air ambulance when I have a hospital, like
Life League is just
500
there.
meters away. But I could not even think about it.
He didn't remember the hospital.
I
Like
didn't
for him, he
remember the
just
hospital.
remembered
My
our
mind.
hospital in Bugolobi. He was
I
like,
remember.
I have to call Bugolobi
I
because
called
it,
Bugolobi. Like 4 times. The 3rd time I called them, I was hearing them starting the car. Chwingenge! Chwingenge! Chewing. I said, this one will not work. I
Then
called
we
City
call City
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
City Ambulance says we are on the way. They are actually responding to me when they were on the way. Give us directions. We are coming. You said you stay in Chira. That's it. I gave them. They reached. Then the guy came. The guy assured me.
It's okay.
These
These things
happen.
But
I
would
got
you
some
when they
friends.
put me inside
You
the
can't.
ambulance, I think before they reached when they were carrying me, that's when I woke up.
Yes.
So I woke up, but I was so weak. So they brought this car straight. My God,
This one
I
said
only
cry.
see people going on
Remember,
stretchers
we
when
stay
they
on
are
the top
dead.
floor, maneuvering. 2 people, skinny. You but so you should eat food.
In my head, I only see people who go on
2 skinny
stretchers.
people carrying her.
Dead people going on stretchers. I said, me sleeping on this car thing.
crying.
I was like, I'm dead.
I told her,
Oh.
madam, I have nothing to do.
This is.
They put her in the ambulance. The mother entered. I stayed home. I started praying.
Then they put me on the
They tried to look
pressure.
for veins.
They put me on
Yeah,
pressure,
but I know
oxygen, what those things that measure, and my pressure was like 50/60, like it was very low. Then the guy tried to look for a
For a
vein.
vein. Imagine from Charlie
My-
Wajara to Bugolobi.
Bugolobi, he
was
failed
looking
to
for
get a vein.
Do you know he was like, it is going to be okay.
The
So
guy
they-
even started
They
sweating.
reached a point and the guy started calling for backup.
He started calling. My mom was like, listen, Bireke, Kabatuka Tuke Bugolobi. She just got a phone call, one of the nurses knew my situation. He was like, be there, please. And when the ambulance reached like this, the nurse just jumped inside and got a vein in just like seconds. They started putting a drip because I was done.
Her situation was so bad that the doctor called the priest.
That's how bad.
Oh, God.
So in my head, the entire time, all the nurses thought I was going to lose the baby.
Everybody knows.
Like-
knew. She was either going to die
Either-
or the baby
Lose
was
the
yeah.
going to die.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
always
worst thing
sad.
is after the 4 months when I started getting better and I came out, still I had that fear of,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm
is
going
this
back to
baby really
hospital.
okay? Like the first 3 months are very important. He must have
Exactly.
blood, he must grow the heart, the lungs, the what.
Everything.
But I
We did
never
scan
ate.
every 2 weeks.
We did scan to make sure his organs were built, they you know,
Normal.
they were normal. Because I never ate, I never drank. The only thing I used to drink, I think, was water. I used to drink 5 liters of water per day. That's all. But in my head, I was scared. I used to pray for my baby. I'm like, please, please. Then on top of that, I give birth and he goes on oxygen. Then it was too much. So when you talk about
Trauma.
trauma, I may not understand as much as
But you
Losing.
understand.
losing, but at least I
Okay.
understand
He
something.
was told to take me for a walk. He put me, instead, he put me in a car. He drove me. He had given someone.
Wama, they told me, could you take the wife out for a walk? I said, okay. We walked around. So I was like, let me take you. You have a look at your friends around, then I bring you back. We sat well in the car. I started driving, reaching the gate where we were going.
Everything was okay.
She was okay. We enter, talk, smile, laugh, walking back to the car. As I'm approaching the gate to open, hey, she lost the balance.
I fainted.
I was
I lost
I
a
was,
lot of
I was,
blood.
I was mugged, I was strong.
Because I was given 3 drips of blood.
Oh, transfusion.
I even lost
Transfusion
power.
2 days.
I just had to find a better position of holding her, not to reach the floor. Could you come and open the car for me?
And then the person doesn't know how to open the car.
They don't know how.
Who
to
doesn't know how to open a car?
Maybe she was also
Don't play. Don't
no,
play
no,
with
because
that.
Just
maybe
check
because
it.
of the situation I was
the
in.
situation.
So I was
I know, I
holding
can't-
her, telling, take the car this side, the kid this side. I was like,
There's nothing
now
that
this woman is dying when I'm here. I started now gathering the clothes and everything.
And they
We
could
sat-
put on
but
long,
nothing
long
that can
clothes.
mess you up like emotional trauma.
We
Exactly.
sat in the car.
Eh.
I took the car. I'm a racer, so I drive fast.
Yeah, where they drive,
So-
where he had to drive for 15 minutes. He drove, I think, for 4 or 5 minutes.
So I decided now,
Hospital.
let me show you what I
Better
can
come hazard.
to save this life. So once I got at the main road, I decided to put the car in the middle of the road. So as the line is in the middle of the car, take left, right. to the hospital. I reached and she started walking again. So I was like, no.
But there's nothing as bad as emotional torture because
Very.
on the day of my show, I had promised my fans to do 45 minutes of a performance. And then I am there in the car going through my stuff. I'm very excited.
praying.
Guess who comes and opens the door?
Surprise.
I had to.
With support, 4 people carrying her. The ambulance is there. I'm seeing.
Listen,
My mind went
you have
everywhere.
you have no idea how much work, how much I wanted this for Patrick. Like it was his 10 years. I had to be there. Whether I was on the transfusion, whether I was on blood, whether I was on
I
oxygen.
went on stage, but
I was
in
willing
my
to carry.
mind, I was like, one person is just going to shout, "Oh, a good day was." Oh, as it is. So I was blank. I did one joke.
I really had to come because in my head I'm like, listen, I have to support Patrick. Whether I'm going to carry my oxygen tank if I'm on oxygen, but I'm going to be at Kololo. Whether it's what or what, at least let me be there for 30 minutes, then I come back. So I asked my doctor. My doctor was like, whether it's a good thing to walk, motion, what, but you can go with the ambulance. I called some of my friends. I'm like, listen, they have given me a chance. First bring makeup, beautiful, go. I need to look nice. People don't need to see the sickness.
Listen, we are going to get carried away. We're going to get carried away because of the emotional contribution of this episode.
Yeah.
But we would like to keep it professional and say, unfortunately, because of time, we're going to end here. But this is a message to everybody out there. You see him, he's mugged. You see her, she's looking buffy and jolly and happy, but you do not know the story behind all these smiles and all this happiness. You do not know the story behind the jokes. You do not know the story behind the beauty.
The smile.
There is a
Always
story
smiling.
behind each and everyone's smile, each and
Exactly.
everyone's sadness. So don't be too quick to judge. Don't be quick to
Think you
condemn somebody because you think you know them,
You know.
because of the life you see on social media. Chadwick Boseman, may he rest in peace. We didn't know what he was going through until he passed on.
We didn't
May
know
God
where he
rest
was
his soul in
fighting.
peace. And it's a message to each and every one of us, especially us Ugandans. Don't be too quick to judge because you do not know each and everyone's story. Chadwick Boseman, may you rest in peace. I just want to say thank you so much to our director.
Thank you so much, our director Shadrach, our welfare manager Angela, and for our amazing couple.
Yeah.
They have.
Thank you again.
Thank you again
Come
for
and
coming
share.
back. The second time to finish your story, your lovely story, and I think all of us have learned one or two things with this whole entire story. It might have started in Katemba or
Walowali, Katapi, Polisha.
but at the end of the day, you will realize that they went through some tough times,
Yes.
and they have managed to come out strong. So if you're out there and you're going through the same thing, I think it's just a matter of uniting with your partner and finding a way a common ground of going through that tough time and coming out a winner. So at the end of the day, I think your partner is your best ally.
Yeah.
Your partner is your best friend.
He's your
Very
best
much.
friend. He's your
Regardless
he's
of
your
whether he's a
everything.
polisher or a driller,
So
you are partners.
which one are you?
Yeah?
Which one are you?
I am a doer.
Anyway, thank you very much for
We're
subscribing
gonna
to our
say
channel.
adios.
Ciao, ciao.
Yes.